Welcome to today's video. We're going to explore one of the most powerful warnings given to us by the wisest man who ever lived, King Solomon. Solomon, the son of King David, was known for his incredible wisdom, and throughout his life, he left us with valuable lessons, especially about relationships. But there's one thing Solomon repeatedly warned about in his writings: the danger of trusting certain kinds of women. Today, we'll dive deep into the Book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes to uncover Solomon's warnings about the kind of woman we should never trust. So, grab your Bible, and let's explore Solomon's wisdom. Let's start by understanding who King Solomon was. Solomon wasn't just any king, he was famous for asking God for wisdom. The Bible tells us that God was so pleased with this request that he gave Solomon unmatched wisdom, wealth, and peace during his reign. But even Solomon, in all his wisdom, struggled with women, specifically with the kind of woman he warned others about. His life serves as a personal reminder of how important it is to be cautious. One of Solomon's most famous warnings comes from the Book of Proverbs, chapter 7, where he talks about the adulterous woman. He describes her in vivid detail, a woman who is charming but dangerous. Let's read from Proverbs 7:21 to 23. With persuasive words she led him astray. She seduced him with her smooth talk. All at once he followed her like an ox going to the slaughter, like a deer stepping into a noose, until an arrow pierces his liver, like a bird darting into a snare, little knowing it will cost him his life. Solomon describes a woman who uses her charm and smooth words to lead men astray. But why does Solomon focus so much on this? What's the deeper meaning? Solomon is warning about women, or really anyone, who can deceive us with their outward appearance and words. He's not just talking about adultery, but also about being misled by people who don't have our best interests at heart. Never trust a woman who manipulates with charm and deception. This is a timeless lesson, not just for romantic relationships, but for any situation where someone might be using flattery and manipulation to take advantage of us. Now, Solomon himself was a victim of this very thing. Despite his wisdom, Solomon made a critical mistake. The Bible tells us that Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. But these weren't just any women. Many of them were foreign women who worshipped other gods. In 1 Kings 11:4, we read how these women turned Solomon's heart away from God. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his God, as the heart of David his father had been. Even Solomon, with all his wisdom, fell into this trap. He allowed his heart to be led astray by women who didn't share his faith and values. Solomon's downfall came not from military defeat or political failure, but from trusting the wrong women. This is a crucial lesson for us today. We have to be mindful of the people we trust, especially in relationships. Solomon is telling us that the wrong relationship can pull us away from what's truly important: our faith, our values, and our purpose in life. So, what are the characteristics of the type of woman or person Solomon warns us not to trust? Here are a few key traits based on Solomon's wisdom from the Book of Proverbs. Proverbs 31:30 says, "Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." Solomon warns us that charm and beauty can be used as a disguise for ulterior motives. The real value lies in character and integrity. Beware of those who use smooth, flattering speech to manipulate you. In Proverbs 5:3, Solomon says, "For the lips of an adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil, but in the end, she is bitter as gall." Words are powerful, but they can be used to deceive. Solomon talks about the foolish woman in Proverbs 9:13-18. Who leads people into trouble by offering instant gratification without consequences. Be cautious of someone who encourages recklessness and ignores responsibility. Now, you might be wondering, How does this apply to us today? We live in a world where it's easy to be deceived by appearances and smooth words, whether in relationships, business, or even friendships. Solomon's warning isn't just about romantic relationships. It's a broader message about being wise in choosing who we trust. We need to seek out people who have integrity, who are honest, and who lead us closer to God, not further away. This doesn't mean we should be suspicious of everyone, but we should be cautious, especially when it comes to people who use charm to get what they want. Solomon's life and his teachings in Proverbs give us a clear message. Never trust a woman, or anyone, who uses charm, smooth words, and manipulation to lead you astray. Instead, surround yourself with people who fear God, who speak the truth, and who build you up. Solomon, despite his wisdom, learned this lesson the hard way. But we don't have to. We can learn from his warnings and be wise about the relationships we choose. So, as you go forward in life, remember this: true wisdom comes from aligning yourself with people who lead you toward God. Thank you for watching, and if you found this message helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Until next time, stay wise and stay faithful.